The recent Attack on Titan episodes have been slowly unraveling everyone's motives on Paradise Island, none of which are very simple or, well, all that morally great, actually. From Pixis and the higher-ups to Eren and Zeke and Yelena, there's just so many moving pieces at the moment. And I'm here to hopefully clear that air a little bit and explain the goal of Zeke and mainly the Yeagerists here, the group that is very rapidly taking the center of attention in the anime. And you might wonder, why not Eren and the Yeagerists? Why Zeke and the Yeagerists? Aren't they following Eren's will? Well, yes, but Eren's motives are always very cloudy, and they will continue to be so. And the Jaegerists are really just people who are following Eren himself and believe that he can save the Eldians, not necessarily carrying out his direct will. But anyway, we'll get into that later, but I'm here to mainly clarify what the big bad plan is involving the wine, the bombs, everything we've seen so far, and what will probably happen next in upcoming episodes. And considering my girl Peak is in the walls...
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Buenos días, Poco. Buenos días, Poco. Buenos días, Poco.
A lot is gonna happen soon. Let's check it out. I think first and foremost we should start with Yelena, who, while not necessarily the mastermind of everything, is only second to Zeke and Eren, and has had a hand in everything currently happening on Paradise Island. A bit before the attack on Marley, which was, maybe 10 months ago in the anime's time, Yelena met with Eren in secret to apparently make him act because the military was too slow and cautious. Now, volunteers can't directly meet with Eren because the military is, cautious of them, and gets her military detail changed to Floch, the big-time Eren fanboy who lets her meet him. And earlier I said Yelena apparently incited Eren to act on Zeke's plan and attack Marley. And I use the word apparently because we can never really know when Yelena is lying or not. But considering Eren did end up attacking Marley soon after, it can't really be far from the truth. So anyone who's still on Team Eren, it wasn't really his idea to attack Marley in the first place. He can put all that on Yelena and Zeke. And on top of all this, using the survey ships for Marley as transport, Yelena has been shipping wine containing Zeke's spinal fluid to Paradise Island. Though it was previously thought that it paralyzed any Eldian the moment they drank it, we are now seeing that this was a lie as well, since no one could attest to this except Zeke himself. The wine has not only been given to the higher-ups of the military, but the survey regiment that's currently guarding Zeke in Ragako Forest as well. Oh, and Falco too. Sorry, buddy. You kinda had it coming. And what this means is that essentially everyone who drank the wine is now held hostage by Zeke and the Yeagerists, and can be turned into a mindless titan at a moment's notice. Along with the reveal that hundreds of Jaegerists are within the ranks of the military, all of our main characters like Pixis and Hanji can't really act without risking everything. Niccolo mentions how Zeke conquered an entire city in a night through this method alone. But also, on top of that wine, there's also the threat of the bombings we saw used a couple episodes ago. The paranoia, the fear that anyone around you could be an enemy. The military is now stuck between a rock and a hard place, if you can even call it that. They can do almost nothing but comply. While Pixis, of course, still has his plan of feeding Eren to someone because he can't be trusted with his titans, the odds of him getting to do this plan doesn't look so good. The Yeagerists have also been slowly but surely gaining the public's trust as well. Starting first from Floch leaking the information that Eren was imprisoned after his supposedly heroic actions in Marley, however you want to take that, and now the bombing. Eren is gaining more and more support through the rapidly growing mistrust of the military, something that the people of Paradise Island are very familiar with, considering the whole corruption business and uprising in Season 3. It's essentially setting up the Jaegerists and Eren himself as the leaders of a new regime on Paradise Island, which, if they activate the rumbling, will be the only part of humanity left alive. So, kings of the world, I guess. I think what's been so blurry and kind of confusing about Yelena is that you never really know when she's telling the truth or lying, and only now are we starting to see her true colors. You guys remember in my waifu video where I was like, Yelena? No, bruh. Yelena. All my homies hate Yelena. Get Gabby in there too. This is what I meant. All of you guys know now. Weird ass chick, bro. Also, this dude Floch, this face right here, the Jaegerists are scheming. And now we see that Floch and other Jaegerists are trying to get Zeke's location from Hanji, so it's very clear that their main intention is still to bring Zeke and Eren together to activate the rumbling. And you might think, wait, isn't Levi there? Isn't he going to protect Zeke? Well, there's a very foreboding scene in the trailer for this season that just might show you how it's going to go with Zeke and Levi. Levi has way more to worry about than just Floch and the others coming to him, but also who's already there in Ragako Forest and what danger they pose. And so even though we know the Jaegerists' plan at this point, honestly I feel like both Zeke and Eren's purposes are definitely up in the air still. Zeke has spent his entire life as a traitor to Marley. His reputation is built on having secret motives. And I really doubt he would have told Yelena his true intentions. After all, Yelena at the end of the day is just a Jaeger stan. She holds no real power. Zeke and Eren are the only pieces that are needed once everything is said and done to activate the Founding Titan. And the rumbling isn't the only option. The Founding Titan has many powers aside from this. Brainwashing, genetic changes, and more. So I don't think it'll follow such a linear story. And Eren, I mean that guy's an enigma. But again, there's no way Eren is just following Zeke's plan exactly how he wants it. You know, just because Yelena supposedly convinced him to? Nah, there's no way. He's got his own reason for doing all this, which will certainly be seen more as Season 4 Part 1 wraps up. I explained my take on Eren's plan a while back in a theory video, but honestly, at this point, it's kind of outdated, and who knows? Theories aren't always right anyway. So, what should we expect from the last 4 episodes of Season 4 Part 2? Well, first, the complete takeover of the Yeagerists. Granted, they've already kind of done that in the last episode, but once word gets around about the wine, or Zeke activates his power and every military higher-up gets a pretty rude awakening, there will be no higher power to fight the Jaegerist regime. Secondly, Eren and Zeke meeting. Along with the fact that Floch is using Hanji to find Zeke's location in the forest, and that the men in the forest have probably been fed chock full of wine as well, there's not much stopping these two from meeting except Levi. And then, of course, there's my girl Peak. Yeah, baby. The Marleyans are going to strike soon, and if Peak's there, then there's probably other shifters within the walls. So we might see a whole big war start on the island in these upcoming episodes. It'll certainly be a huge finish to this part of the season. A 3-way fight between the Survey Corps, the Jaegerists, and the Marleyans. On top of that, throw in a probably conflict of ideas between Eren and Zeke as they both attempt to use the Founding Titan's power for what they want. As always, this has been the Anime Culture Corner. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for future in-depth show, manga, and character analyses.